Swinny, my beautiful Rotty. Welcome all to Grow for 2010. Of course, it's episode 16, and we're going to be talking about testing your cannabis. The idea of that is we've been making videos on FICO, and I've been saying it right from the beginning. Make sure you get your stuff tested. Definitely, it's important in the case of THC. So nobody greens out on your stuff. And you have a better idea then the strengths you're going to be taking and how they have an effect. So it's part of life. You're a grower, you need to test. So we'll go to the next one. First one is the T-check. That's an American company, and basically it is a means of being able to test your home stuff. And as you can see there, it's trusted by thousands. It's lab grade accuracy with kitchen scale simplicity. It's all great. It's all great. It's expensive. I used it. I had to use it. But I found out that nobody else believed it. So it's good for you. At least you know what you're eating. You hope. But don't try to convince a doctor or any other specialist. It won't work. They're lab geared. That's the way they are. So I was pushed into a lab. This one, Labstat, a certified group company in the 519 area, which is Ontario, was awesome because they had the means of taking cannabis and help testing to new horizons. Well, of course, because it's expensive, but the key to the whole thing is, like it says, when you invest in comprehensive testing, it deepens your brand value and builds consumer trust. Of course, people can take your stuff and not know they're going to green out or it's going to have the effect you said. So, I mean, they're telling you right there. And it's even better. Medical patients rely on accurate labeling. Of course. Once it's tested, you know this is how much is in this package. This is how much is in this package. So now, how I got involved, you guys can see it. I'll get my little pointer here. Okay, so right here in Canada, we've got the first one in Kitchener. That's what I said, in Ontario, Kitchener. But the second one was in Edmonton. So that worked out perfect. Except they moved and went to another provider or whatever. So that didn't last long. But they did the job. They did the job. And when I got the results, it was easy. I said, can you read this? To any doctor or anybody who challenged me. And when they looked, they said, oh yeah, it is the milligrams you said it was, or close to it. Because you can't be perfect in your whole batch. But that made the difference. No arguments, no nothing. It had somebody's magic stamp. It beat all doubts. Then they became part of the certified laboratories, this Edmonton facility. Still from the certified group company, but this time it's 1-800 Cert Lab. So you're doing a Canada-wide pickup, more or less. And these guys tell you right off the bat, they provide expert compliant cannabis lab testing. That means no being challenged. And like it says at the bottom, and they're using potency analysis, contaminant screening, terpene profiling. You're going to get to know everything about it. No wonder it makes you feel so good. You've got everything in there. So, expert compliant cannabis testing labs make your medicine safer, makes it more understood, and doctors can monitor the progress because they know what you're taking in. And just like it says right here, we provide direct access to technical experts who can explain complex findings out of specific. So if all of a sudden something went funny with your plants, these guys know the base genetics that you've been testing, and all of a sudden the last batch of seeds is throwing out some weird stuff. That's what these guys help with too. When you start having issues, say, how about you test this one? You remember what my other one was? My original one. They should be similar. It's the same. And it ends up not being the same. Something happened somewhere. So this is one of the things that's the most important, of just being able to have consistency if you're trying to make medication. That it's going to feel the same taking your medication a month from now. Over here, as you can see, for anybody ready to get started, all you're doing is putting in your name and this and that and whatever it takes, hitting the click. It says right here, do you want to have anything tested in Canada? There you go. Well, there's just putting your name on there, hitting the OK. Follow the instructions. And you could be sitting there with your report going, I got the good stuff with all the right terpenes in it. Recap for cannabis potency testing. Of course, there's the T-Check home kit. Good start, good start. In Ontario, Kitchener still may be there. There's the LabStat. And then, of course, out west, I have the certified laboratories in Edmonton that can do the work I need. That'll be it for this section. Keep growing. And learning. Continuing with the next section, the plant report, where every episode we watch our medication going from the start to the finish. Welcome all to the plant report. Let's start out with A15. And of course, it's A15C1 and A15C2. And of course, C1 is a clone, and same thing as C2. They were put into the soil on the 5th of May, but A15 actually went into the soil at March 26, 25. As you can see, this is C1 and this is C2. So they're doing their job and they still haven't died yet. Nice. Next, A10, the auto blue. Seed bin seeds. This one in the soil on May the 17th. And there she is right there. Little buds all over. Won't be long. This one will be being harvested. Next is the A6, the big yield auto. This one has been in the soil on April the 15th, 25. So it's due also to be harvested. It's really propping up there, but it's a little bud. Next is A14, the Northern Lights Auto. This one, harvested June the 30th. And as a memento, here's what it was like on the 4th of April in paper. There's little 14 there, just popping the seed. Next, A15, the Trainwreck Auto. Of course, that one's harvested too. And as a little memento, we have when it was in a little cup, a little A15. Some additions to the plant report. Here is the Canna Zen patio. And you see the garden right behind it. 4 pots that are legal to be outside. And we're working with seeds from Overgrow Canada that I got in 2017. Just never had a place to put them outside that was sunny. So, and of course, this Overgrow Canada started from BC, and of course, was from Dana Larson, as he had it on this card. Enclosed are 100 cannabis seeds of Freedom Dream. So that's what we're going to be growing, is Freedom Dream. It's some type of a CBD or something from what I heard. And of course, we will have to get everything started indoors. That'll be part of the plant report, the indoors first, as it says right here, until they get strong. Now, the outside is ready too. And here's a picture of that. There's the 4. Here's a shot of the first one, the second one, third one, and the 4th one. And that is going to be the start of the outdoor garden for the 420 tent. And as always, keep growing. See you on the next one. That'll conclude the plant report and this episode. And as always, keep growing and learning. See you on the next one. See you on the next one. Peace!